Dr. Lori, I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm looking for real bargains on the road. I'm at the Peddler's Mall. Come thrift with me. So found a lot of cool stuff here, especially for the table. Mid-century modern Stangl, Stangl from New Jersey. But I didn't count, so you're really going to have to look and make sure you count. It does look like a service for 12, maybe even 16. I do see that here we're missing the underplate for this. So when they say it's fabulous, it's in mint condition, it's a whole collection, you gotta count. Because, you know, of course they're trying to market it, but they may have missed some pieces. So you want to just look around. But that's a nice set of Stangl. Apple Delight, hand painted from New Jersey. 150 is still a bargain, but I would say for all of it, it's probably just about 275 for all of it. So yes, still a bargain, but make sure you count. Make sure that you've got everything. It looks like you've got coffee cups, or smaller teacups, some pitchers, sugar creamer, butter dishes, fruit bowls, soup bowls, salad dishes, dinner plates. Looks like you're doing okay over there. And then there's this chair, which I do really like the stenciling detail here and the nice broken curvature here and these spindles. I love spindles. I don't mind dusting. A lot of stuff in my house is spindles. And when I dust, I go, oh gosh, all these spindles. But I do like the look of a spindle. I'm going to move some of these. Okay, so it says a piece of Americana, late rocker, late 1700s. It's not from the late 1700s. And here are some of the reasons why. Obviously, because of the stenciling, it's not from that time period. We stencil later than that. In the early 19th century, we stencil, like 1825 or so. And the curves too are hand done. They're not done by a machine. They are hand done, where the arm curves or scrolls like this. The seat that comes up this high usually is introduced about 1805. Okay, so we see that nice scoop seat. You see the striations of the faux paint trying to make it look like a grain of the wood. It looks like this has actually been replaced. Replaced because of how it's a different kind of wood from the rest of the chair. As I said, I like the spindles. They're hard to, of course, keep clean, but you notice these spindles, they round out at the back. That's really very nice, and that's always characteristic of a late chair. My point in this chair is, well, first of all, it's not from the late 1700s. It's probably from the early 1800s, around 1820. Still an old chair, still a nice chair. I don't know what they want for it. We'll get to that in a minute. The actual rockers at the bottom, you can see that they lived in the home with a dog or a cat or somebody or something that liked to scratch. You can see that, so that's damage. And getting that back is going to be very difficult. It has stretchers here, right, which are turned on a lathe. So to make that decoration, you have to turn it on a lathe. Turn the wood piece, that particular piece of the stretcher. The stretchers keep everything taut. They're relatively important. What do they want for this? Okay, they want $195. It's from the early 1800s. I would say it's worth $350. So it's a deal. It's not accurate in terms of how it's being marketed, but it's a deal. But you got to have some thin hips for this. This may not accommodate my size. Okay, then we've got, more colonial revival stuff. This is coming back very, very strong. Of course, 2026, you're going to see a lot of this colonial revival, transferware, a lot of things that have to do with the bicentennial are going to come back. And this is transferware. This is revival of course, the colonial period in the pieces of China. That was popular in the 70s. That piece is from the 1970s. Oh, let's see, about a mark. Well, they covered the mark. They're saying the creamer's $8. It's probably worth $5. But they don't show you the mark. Who usually makes this? American companies in the Northeast, New England, usually make those types of transferware pieces, trying to look like it's English, but actually it's made in America. The Ironstone is nice. This is, of course, one of the set, and the set would be the wash bowl, and this is the water pitcher for, again, before you have indoor plumbing. And this particular piece is nice. I like the decoration of the transferware of the floral. I like the embossed area right in the middle, and I like the shape of the spout. It's Ironstone, also known as Farmer's China. That piece they're asking $55. I know it's worth $95. That's a nice piece, even without the bowl. These pieces of ironstone, and if you look at the colors, here's how you could tell the better of the ironstone. So the best ironstone piece is not this piece with all of the crazing. You can see all the crackle pattern, so it's been somewhere hot and then somewhere cold, and that's what all those cracks mean. It's called crazing. The best piece is not this piece, which has some damage here and pitting. It's called pitting here and at that edge. You see the pitting right there, the brown part at that edge. That's all pitting, and you don't want that because that will crack, and over time it'll start to look like that piece. But this is the better ironstone piece. It usually has a roped handle. You can see the rope here, a roped handle on the finial and also on each handle. So this is a nice piece of ironstone, and they're asking $40 for that piece, and I would say value on that is about double. These are, so at 80, so that one I'd pick up. These are ironstone, and these are bone dishes. So they'd sit on the side of a plate. They're made in England, and you would put your bones and gristle and whatever you didn't want to digest into these little ironstone dishes. You'll notice the color's very different from this white. They're more brown. You want really the more gray white. It's called farmer's china. Ironstone was known as farmer's china because it could last generation to generation. These pieces date to about 1850 to about 1875, and but these pieces, which are made in England, are not of as high quality as this sort of gray-white piece that you're seeing over here. You know, big ones, big pieces like this in a particular pattern are also desirable, but some of the most popular and recognizable pieces of ironstone really mimic what we would see in colonial American silverware. So it's the same shape as a silver sugar bowl from, you know, Boston in the 1790s. This ironstone of the 1850s just happens to be ceramic. Now this is a nice piece too. This is your bargain at $18, and I would say this one's worth about $40. So really nice. I like the ironstone. Lots of people collect it. It goes with everything, and it really says, you know, the middle of, it really says the middle of the 19th century in America. I stopped in this section because I like the blue. You know, I like the blue. So, but let's take a look at some of the stuff before we get to the blue. Over here, pepper and salt. Unmarked, but so cute. What's great about them? First of all, figural letters. Everybody likes the alphabet. They like to see this figuration. I like the color, obviously mid-century, just after World War II. So the late 40s, that's what this lighter color teal is. It's not as we get into the 50s. What's also interesting about it, look at the number of holes. As many holes for pepper as salt. That really isn't common. That's very uncommon. Usually pepper has fewer holes. More salt on the food than pepper on the food. So that's kind of interesting to me. Now they want $14 for the set. I would say that this set easily is going to sell for $25. All day, every day, you know, post-war American, really nice. I like this a lot. I do like the P and S, the pepper and salt. So I think that's cool. It could go that way too, salt and pepper. Either way, I like this. Luscious color. Really luscious. You're looking for those almost neon colors, and of course, I don't have to tell you, it's Pyrex. Baking dish, great condition. I mean, great condition. One of the places you want to look for the great condition is going to be right around this rim. Right around the rim, you're going to look for the condition. What are you looking for? You're looking for little, almost like little gaps, as if gaps in teeth kind of thing. You're looking for scratches, of course, any chips or any mars, any big deep gouges, but you don't have any of that. The Pyrex mark is what you're looking for, and look at that color. That color really is very nice. So baking dish, you know, pretty good size. They want $14.50. I would say it's probably worth $20. So $14.50 is a little on the high side. You're not getting a super bargain, but it's worth $20, especially for the color. Most people wouldn't use it. Most people would just put it on display and, you know, use it for decoration because of the color. The color's nice. Oh, time period, late 60s. So late 1960s for that. What could I pass by? I would pass by this. Even though it's Pyrex, I'd probably pass by it. I would probably see these. These we see a lot of. We see a lot of these pieces too. So I probably would say, we see a lot of them. We can get a lot of them. They're a couple bucks a piece. What do they want for them? A couple bucks, right? Oh, they want $5.50. I definitely pass by these. All right, so we pass by those. But this, how about that pink with the gilt? How about all that gold on top of it? It says patent on the bottom. It says patent. I don't know if I can get it to you. Patent on the bottom. This is a very early 20th century saucer and cup set. They're really very nice. Now, what you're looking at here is late 30s into the 40s, and you can see there's no mark on this side too, but the patent is here. They're an obvious match. They're in very nice shape. It's a very large cup and a very large saucer. So it's more so for those of us who remember the idea of sort of filling up your coffee cup and then dunking in a cruller, that old-fashioned donut, but it came actually in like one little twist. My mother always wanted a cruller. We're going to Dunkin' Donuts, or we're going to the donut shop. What do you want, Ma? And it was always a cruller. And it wasn't any of these glazed things. She wanted the old-fashioned donut, but in the shape of a long cruller donut. That's what this is for. It's for dunking those kinds of donuts. So it would be coffee to here, cream, a little bit of cream, and then you dunk the donuts. You need enough room to do this. Very, very typical. Now, what do they want for this set? They want $6.50 for the cup and saucer. I would say that the cup and saucer from the late 1940s with the decorated handle and all of this gilt, the gilt doesn't seem like it's even coming off. So that's what's exciting about this piece. The X's with the little dots is also a post-war American design or decoration. I would say value on this definitely $15 for the cup with the saucer. I wouldn't be surprised if you had to pay $17 in a good market, but in this collectibles market, I'd say $15 for the cup with the saucer. I like that. I like the pink very much. Found some great stuff at Peddler's Mall in Louisville, Kentucky. Stay tuned.